I was having a conversation with someone a month or two ago, and it weirdly stuck in my mind. And we were speaking about getting in shape. And he said it doesn't make a difference if you're in shape. Women only want this, they want drive, they want this. And he's right in that sense. They do want drive, they do want ambition, all that stuff, definitely. Who wouldn't want that? But he said getting in shape doesn't really make a difference, it doesn't matter. And this guy has never been below 20% body fat. He's never been below that. And this is not to be a dick or anything. He was slim, he was skinnier, but he's never been in shape, if that makes sense. He's never been in good shape or considered in good shape. So when you listen to someone saying advice like that, and you also see people online saying that getting in shape doesn't matter, or you hear on podcasts or some shit where they'll be like, oh, if you get in better shape, you get attention from men, and you do get attention from men. But what it does do as well, more importantly, is get you in the door with women even more. And I want to rewind the story for you lot. And I remember when I was at college years ago, it's probably like 2 and a bit years ago now, I was walking in to college one day and I was in decent shape. I leaned down a bit and then I put on a bit of weight, a bit of size, and I was just walking through. And there was two girls as I was walking in and they were looking round at me. And this is weird. This is not like a common occurrence. Every now and again it happens. It's not like all the time. Like, I'm not going to be that big-headed, but they looked around and they looked at me dead in the eyes. And I looked back at them dead in the eyes. And then they walked off and they were like, oh my God, he's so fit. He's so fit. And then I had other stuff like girls shouting at me saying, oh, you're so lang, you're so fit. And then I started going clubbing around that time and girls were coming up to me saying, oh, I like the shape you're in, your muscles and all this. So does it really not matter? Because I would go out with people who weren't in the best shape and they would get zero attention. So does it really not matter? And some of them were taller than me. And I'm quite tall, I'm decent in height, I'm like around 6'2"-ish. So does it really matter? Of course it matters, of course. And let's just think from a real perspective. If you're a girl, would you want someone who looks undisciplined and like they don't train? And they don't help themselves and they don't better themselves? Or would you want someone who looks like they take care of themselves? Looks like they really, really value themselves, what they eat, how they act, how they literally treat themselves on a daily basis. It goes deeper. It goes deeper. And then when you put into the perspective of actually being in decent shape, like for example, now I'm around 183 pounds, probably 13 to 14% body fat. It's a different level. It's a different level of attraction and stuff, and you fall into different stuff with women without having to try. And that's the main thing with getting in shape. If you want to do it for women, you really don't have to try as hard as you did before. You really don't have to try as hard before as when you're out of shape. For example, let's say before you go up to a girl and she might not have much interest in you. Now she may be looking at you like quite a few times and almost like checking you out in a sense, and you go over, you speak to her and you're able to make her laugh easier, get her number easier, take her out easier because you're in shape, because she knows you take care of yourself, because you're more attractive. And this is just the base level of things anyway, because I found myself even recently now getting into random stuff. And if it wasn't for me being in shape, I wouldn't get into this stuff. Like there's other people about who are around the same height or maybe funnier, maybe literally better than me in certain areas. They may be more funnier. I find them more funnier than me. But yeah, I'm getting more attention than them. And the only defining factor and the only difference really is the shape on it in comparison to them. The only real defining factor. It's not like I'm much funnier than them or anything. I would argue a lot of them are funnier than me and are better at me in certain areas. So what's the main factor then? It's being in shape. And especially when you get into a decent level of physique, let's say for example, you hit around, let's say 14%, 14% body fat, it changes it. It changes it. It gets a lot easier to get into interactions, attraction, and all this. And I found this recently, especially. I went from 193 pounds to 183 now. So I've lost 10 pounds of fat pretty much. It's pretty much been mostly fat. I've held a lot of the size. And the difference in attraction has been quite high. The difference in looks you get, the difference in how girls interact with you and act around you. And you get a lot more higher interest. And I just want you lot who are watching this video to understand that if you get in shape, it makes a difference on your whole life. It doesn't just make a difference in one area. Let's say you go for a job interview, you're in better shape, your clothes fit well, you look more presentable, you look healthy, you look like you take care of yourself. And let's say in other comparison, you got someone who doesn't take care of themselves. He looks like he's up all night playing video games, drinking Mountain Dew, eating Doritos. who is going to be more likely to get the job? Who's going to be more sharper mentally? Who is going to be more sharper? Let's say just on this base level, let's say it's like that. Who do you think is going to be more sharper, more charismatic, have more confidence in themselves? The guy who's eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew all night, or the other guy who is taking care of himself, is in good shape, has higher confidence because he's built himself up to a better level and has good interactions because of that. And the other point I'm going to say in this video as well is a lot of people who say online that it doesn't matter, and they say, oh, I've been in amazing shape before and it didn't do anything. I want to argue, have you actually been out and about as well when you've been in good shape? Because there's a lot of guys on here who may get in amazing shape, but they may have no charisma. They may not be able to speak to people. They may not be confident in themselves or happy in themselves or comfortable enough to maybe take a little bit of a risk. Therefore, they don't get any attention really. Like, it's rare to have girls coming up to you. It is rare. I'm not gonna lie. I've had it quite a little bit, but it is rare to have that. It's not a common thing for it to happen. Even when you're out, I've had it quite a lot where girls will come up to me, but I don't get it every time. And a lot of guys don't even ever get that. And the only defining factor is being in shape, which is the main difference in this. And when I say that if someone was in amazing shape and they didn't go out, let's say they didn't go out with their mates, they didn't go out to some bars, out to some clubs, they didn't get out and about, it's a warm day, they didn't hang around places where there was people, they didn't go to the gym, maybe the gym was the only place they went, gym and work. Of course, you're not really going to get attraction on that level. Of course, especially let's say you're in an office job and you just go to the gym, you're not going to get that attraction unless you're like about it, you know what I mean? So on a real level, you need to understand it's a circumstantial thing as well. So let's say, for example, you get in shape and you go out every now and again. Let's say you go out every now and again. For example, I'm going out today with my mates. You go out every now and again. You will get more attraction from people. You will get more options from women. Let's say you go to a gym and there's some girls there. You will get more attraction from them because you take care of yourself and they're in a place trying to better themselves and you're trying to better yourself. If anything, that's an amazing fit on a real level. And let's say you go out and you approach a girl. The likelihood of you getting her number is going to be insanely higher than if you were out of shape, eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew. And let's say, for example, let's say an average guy. Let's say someone who's, let's say 20% body fat. Let's say that, because that's probably around average nowadays. I would say when I look at people, skinny fat build, maybe a little bit of a belly, nothing too crazy, but like skinnier build. And let's say a guy who's in shape and who has confidence comes up to him. A guy who has worked on interacting with people, had loads of interactions recently, tried to better himself, read books on interacting, listened to books on audiobooks on interacting with people, helped people, literally spoke to loads of people and tried to make people feel good about themselves and learned how to make people laugh, make people smile. How do you think that's going to affect that interaction in comparison to the average guy who's put no effort in, who would just play FIFA all the time? How do you think? It's going to make an insane difference. And that's going to be the real message in this video. It makes an insane difference. Your attraction goes up a ridiculous amount when you get in shape. It goes up a ridiculous amount. Don't listen to people online who say it doesn't. Try for yourself and then you'll see. Get in, let's say, around 14% body fat. Actually, let's lower it. Let's make it a little bit harder. Let's say you get to 12% body fat and you go out. Let's make sure you have a bit of muscle as well. Build a bit of muscle, get to around 12% body fat. Let's say it takes 2 years, something like that. And then you go out. See how different it is, for example, how you are now. Invest in that. And that's an amazing investment as well, because that literally gives you more confidence in yourself and more gratitude for yourself. And that'll lead to better results in every area of your life anyway. So there's only positives on you trying that. And let's say you do that, I guarantee you will get so much more attraction. Guarantee it. There's no question about it. In my life, there's been no question about it. The difference is insane. You get into random stuff with random girls. Literally, you could be at work and then a girl randomly really finds you attractive and is being insanely on you and all this, and you've done nothing. You've just interacted normally. Whereas in comparison, you've got other people in that same workplace who are not taking care of themselves. And they've been trying with them, but the girls don't want them. They want you because you're in shape and you take care of yourself and you believe in yourself. And you've got a bit of ambition in yourself and you want to be better. That means more. And when you take care of yourself, it just literally multiplies how much you can get. It really does. And you can't blame women for that. It's an amazing positive thing because it allows you to grow and it allows you to be better. And it also leads to better results in your life. better friendships, better relationships, more confidence, more belief in yourself, feeling better in yourself. There's only positives on it. But you could be a lazy fuck and not try. Or you can believe in yourself and try and build that and build that and build that, and you're going to get rewards. You're going to get rewards. And then after a while, it becomes a part of your life, like it has for me. And that's going to be the overall message in this video. Hope you got a lot of value. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.